In the words of Callum, a college freshman who stood up and asked Os Guinness this question during a Veritas forum 2 years ago, I've always been more attracted to the idea that we make our own meaning. What do you think about that? Now, what Callum vocalized that night lies at the very heart of this question. Is meaning something that we make, or is it something we were made for? If Callum had asked that question of Jesus Christ, perhaps Jesus might have responded with a story that he liked to tell. It's a story about two men who built their homes on two very different foundations. One built his house on the sand, and the other builds his house on a rock. And the thing about the rock is it's solid, it's unmoving. The design of the house is configured to the structure of the rock. The rock shapes you, you don't shape the rock. But sand, well, sand is malleable. Sand can be moved and molded and shaped and prodded. Sand can be one thing one day and something else entirely the next. Who wouldn't want to work with sand? And today we live in a world of sand artists. Identity, sexual orientation, gender, feelings, truth, beliefs, everything is fluid. Today it might look one way, but who's to say that tomorrow it won't take a completely different shape? The only contours defining your life are the ones that you set for yourself. The words of William Shakespeare, definitely a man ahead of his time, perfectly encapsulates the spirit of our age. And this, above all else, to thine own self be true. In other words, meaning is a DIY project. Do it yourself. After all, what alternative is there? If naturalism is correct, then there is no meaning out there to find anyway. Science has already explained it all away, with the universe amounting to nothing more than time plus matter plus chance. But the problem with this thesis, however, is that if this is true for the universe, then doesn't the same hold true for human beings as well? How is it possible to talk about meaning if we are nothing more than cosmic evolutionary accidents?